we were talking about how much the batteries are when people buy these things. And no one realizes, I think, because they're not going to advertise that, how much batteries cost. And the average life expectancy of a Tesla battery is only 10 years, right?
All right.
Now, people think they're buying these to save the environment, stuff like that.
Right,
which,
nerds,
you know,
geeks.
if you want to help things out, save the environment, whatever you think you're doing.
But Teslas don't do it.
Teslas do not do it. Because if you look at the statistics of this stuff, I mean, it takes... they have to mine 12 tons of rock just to get the lithium for one battery.
You know how many total pounds it is for one battery? They have to mine 500,000 pounds of earth to make one battery, from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's something like that, but...
I'm always right, so...
You're not always right.
I'm always right. I'm a
But
genius.
I mean, so it's not
Super
like they're
genius.
using all of that rock, obviously, but that's how slight, you know, because it's trace minerals here in the rock. So the 12 tons of that rock just to get the lithium. 5 tons of cobalt minerals. So I mean that's what they get, the copper and nickel ore and all that stuff. So they have to remove 250 tons of soil. What'd you say?
250 tons?
Tons of soil.
500,000 pounds, so that's...
Yeah, I don't know.
That's that.
So
how much is a ton?
I don't know.
2,000 pounds, so 250 tons is 500,000 pounds.
Each one of them requires also 441 pounds of aluminum, steel, and or plastic. 112 pounds of graphite. And here's the weird thing, okay? So to dig all this up, right? I mean, it requires a machine, and the machine is not battery operated, obviously. So it's actually what the common machine is a Caterpillar 994A that they use. Huge machine to remove this earth, and then they got to sort through it. They got to find... Anyways, so that machine uses 264 gallons of diesel fuel in 12 hours.
Well, that's just great.
So that's a lot of fuel, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So then a lot of the minerals come from China or Africa. And the labor in Africa, of course, we know is done primarily by kids. So child labor, because they're cool with that, parts of Africa. And when you buy an electric car, China is the one that profits the most of that. Doesn't even stay here because of all the minerals and everything shipped over here from China. So think about that. And then not only does it cost you, we'll get into that in a minute, how much it costs per battery, per model, $4,999 just to install a battery. Now, that's a big battery, but still, it weighs 1,000 pounds. So think of the shipping costs there of a battery.
Well, okay, think about... I've been seeing a lot of videos about this. Is guardrails, the way guardrails are designed, where they're built everywhere, right? They're designed that a normal car will kind of deflect. Like, it can kind of go through. An electric car goes full freaking right through
because of all the torque?
No, because of all the weight. Electric cars are heavy. Are they? Super heavy. I saw a thing of like a Toyota Tacoma ramming into a guardrail, like they did a test, and it kind of deflected it and kind of stopped it. But a freaking Cybertruck did it.
Right through it?
Yeah, and it just plowed right through that thing. And it's just like,
so the model, here's some stuff about Teslas. I don't know a whole lot about the other cars as far as cost for batteries, but a Model 3, $14,000 for the battery. And remember, the life expectancy on an average electric car battery, 10 years.
Yeah, but people buy new cars by then. But people are saving the environment.
So a Model Y is $5,000.
Dorks.
A Model S, $13,000. A Model X, $13,000. Okay, and it takes 7 years to recoup the cost of an electric car where you're actually saving the environment. And you have to change a battery in 10 years. Well, so you got 3 years where you think, wow, I'm really helping things out. But then as soon as you buy that battery, you've started it way back. You're way behind the 8 ball then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, you're not a race really you can't doing win. Anything.
Well, I could have told you that. Without all your little nerd
But a lot
facts.
of people, don't realize all that. Can you imagine buying a car? And that's an average cost on the battery. You know how that works out with a lot of cars. Well,
like what about a Rivian? Like what about a Bolt EV? What about all the
know.
different EVs,
I
the
don't have
Polestars,
statistics
all
on
those little dork
But
cars?
you know that if that's an average, that means some of them probably go out in 6 years. So you buy a $50,000-$60,000 car you think's great. You got to try to travel and find plug-ins across the United States or have a really long extension cord to go with you.
Yeah.
And then it quits on you in 6 years and you're facing $13,000 to replace a battery all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
The only electric car that I would ever drive is a Rimac Nevera.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Super fast. The fastest car in the world.
I get hybrid cars.
No, I drive this electric car just because it's
Would ya?
super fast.
Okay.
And that's only for a little bit of time. As long as I have a lot of dinosaur engine ones, too, that are explosive.
Dinosaur engine.
Yeah. And they boost testosterone.
They're
and they
real
make
torquey.
you... Yeah.
Right.
The thing about, like, people are like, but electric cars are quicker and gas-powered cars are faster, right? Well, that's the same comparison as you got a steak. Do you want to cook it in the microwave because it's quick? Or do you want to cook it on a
grill
because it's good?
Yeah.
It's better.
Right.
Electric
And then what
car
was
is a
that car?
microwave
What's
food.
the